about how do I get started when it comes to learning soft skills. Uh, there are many shops around that want to teach you, but at the end of the day, I'll still go home like I'm not still getting it, you know. Something in my mind keeps telling me that I am not there, I'm left behind. The world is moving like, and I'm just behind as if I'm in the 15th century. But just 2 weeks that I joined now, it has been amazing. In fact, when I go to work now, I call my colleagues, come. And hey, the other thing that I was asking you to do for me the other time, do you know I can even help you more than what you've been doing, you know? So, and all of them are just looking at, when I would say I train Africa, they are like, this thing is just getting you all over the
It's
places. I
sweetening
said, yes.
you.
In fact, so every now and then, I'm just into my cell phone, my laptop. Well, it's really amazing. And I
And
must
that's the
thank the
goal.
first person that attended to me, because when I expressed my concern that I will not be able to meet up,
That should be
she
Moina.
actually, yes, she encouraged me. She gave me the audience that I never expected to have. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. I'm still learning anyway. Still learning.
Yeah,
I still
thank you so
feel
much.
that I'm still behind, but so far, it's really amazing.
Thank you
Thank
so
you. I
much,
must thank
Florence, for the
you.
feedback and for I'm excited for you that you are the one now telling your colleagues, flexing your muscle in your office.
Honestly,
It's
honestly,
such
God.
a joy. Trust me, and I understand totally how you feel. I always say the worst feeling alive is to know you lack, but you don't know what to feel into what you lack. You know, if you say, "Oh, I lack this thing," and you know you lack that thing, even if you cannot fund it or if it is about money or something, you at least you know for sure. But the problem of many professionals is always that they know they lack something. They know there's even maybe some of them even know that there's something that is called soft skills or in quotes. Then they go to Google and they check and say soft skills for work, and you start saying leadership, communication is good. You have communication, all those theoretical jargons. And the person reads and reads and reads and still go back. I said, Auntie, I understand that there is knowledge of soft skills. But how about the skills of the soft skills? Do you understand? How do I apply that thing that you've told me now on Google that you need to have leadership, you need to have communication, all that nonsense. It doesn't translate to actually doing the work at work. So trust me, I feel the pain. I know the pain. The only reason I created this is because I have felt the pain firsthand. So you know, there's something in Yoruba land they will say, "Lokbe boshe riwa" or something. And what does that really mean? It's my like when you are trying to tell someone, so they will say, as it like kind of thing that happened to you before. Do you understand? If it has happened to you before, you would understand how you feel as an adult who knows they need something, but they don't know what they need. And it is really sad that I would say thousands of dollars, millions of dollars of African money has gone into the Western world to acquire degrees that they don't need. Like, because people keep saying, oh, I want to get better on my job. So only thing advice they always get is go and get MBA in there. So you see them registering from one online MBA to one online masters. They finish, they come back, still the same situation. So that's thousands or millions of African money has gone into degrees that are not needed. So it is my joy to see that people are actually getting the skills they need to do the work. That is the joy, because with that, I'm sure in your office right now, you're more productive. You're not waiting for one uncle to come and show you how to do
Honestly, in
something.
fact, I don't ask questions anymore. Before I used to go to ICT unit to say, please help me do this, help me do that. These days, I'll just go there to tell them that I can do this myself, even though I struggled all night to get it. You know.
And that's it. Even your mindset, like the mindset you now have towards researching, right? It's amazing. And that is like all day I have been researching, I've been troubleshooting something on meta ads. And it's funny how like it gives me I've not even figured it out, but I'm not I'm not that person that is like, I don't know how to do it and I'm not doing anything because I'm troubleshooting. I'm trying to figure out. And by the way, if it gives me any peace, I've gotten on a phone call for 1 hour today with Facebook Meta ad support and they could not fix it. Do you understand? They are saying, oh, we have to contact the higher tech teams. So in my mind, I'm like, the fact that I troubleshoot it, I did not get it, and a support person will use 1 hour with me, it simply means that I had done it. Like my default was not to first be looking for help up and down. Do you understand? As in, before you even come and ask someone for help, do something first. Like it helps the person to say, okay, you have done it, and you're not just asking, where will I touch on my phone to or my laptop to get to Google? And they are looking at you like, who is this one? You understand? Thank you very much, Florence, for your feedback. I'm really, really excited for you. And keep
Thank you,
getting better.
Doc. I appreciate you. Thank you for your
Yeah.
work well done.
Thank you, Florence. So let's hear from Adegoke Adebayo. So we have how many people's hands? So after Adegoke, we have Divine. After Divine, we have Ashcroft Abiodun. Adegoke, I've asked you to unmute yourself. I don't see him anymore.
Okay, yes, I have.
Okay, you've unmuted yourself and raised your hand. Okay, great. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Please go ahead. I can hear you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Yes. I will say WFS have been a life transforming. It's beyond only workplace foundational skill. I'm a very busy person. I'm into academics. But despite the fact that the most challenging part of it is that combining it with my daily work, a nursing father too, that I have to babysit my babies during weekend, it has been very challenging. But presently I'm on mode 3 and it has been, wow, a life transforming. I didn't regret that I subscribed. And for this, I've actually done my gap analysis and my skill mapping. So I've actually enrolled for my technical, which after I've completed my WFS, I'm going to proceed with my technical skill. So doctor, I would say thumbs up. This is a life transformation that that you are the anchor. So I would say thumbs up. And for everyone that is on this program, congratulations to us in advance. I believe everybody is learning and we are actually acquiring relevant skill that is actually needed in the workplace. I told one of my younger colleagues a few days ago, because I also some people on board, I've recommended a lot of people, but they are here to register anyways. And I said, don't go for your master's, come and do WFS first. So after you have done WFS, you now think which one pays you maybe to go for your master's or do WFS. And I said, okay. So I've been sending them tips, I've been sending that they should come on board for the next batch back in April. So thank you, doctor. It's been challenging, but it's worth it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adegoke. And I want to personally say, from a woman to a man that is actually taking charge of parenting, well done. Because you're changing the narrative. Let me put it that way. Now to the WFS, I understand, I was in the academic space. How did I even land in WFS? In my head, fine, as in everybody is calling you scholar, you're having distinction in masters. But I always say the greatest fool alive is the person that is deceiving themselves. Do you know why I always say so? I always say, am I brilliant academically? Yes. But was I educated based on the standard of today's distance? I wasn't. I always tell people I was illiterate in terms of what today's distance needed. So it meant that upon getting to the UK to do a part of my research in Aberdeen, to do my PhD third year, so I always tell people that, look, you could be on the highest academic distance and still be illiterate. Let's be clear. So it is not about brilliance. It's about actually knowing what is, you said one word, relevant. relevant? Is it relevant to where you need to be? You understand? And I realized that, kai, as in, you'll be seeing year one students in the lab, you'll be doing, don't even know how to navigate Excel sheets. Like, of course, I could open it, but when I say navigate, like I did not understand how to implement it into work. Like, so basically, I didn't know how to use it. Excel, something as basic as Excel. And I was like, oh shit. As in, when you realize that you are lacking, like it's staring you in the face. And I always say for an African that you are used to asking somebody, like your default is, please, yeah, Basira, where can I do this thing? You do that there. Your reply, you will not hear the as in, have you checked Google? Have you this thing? As in, then you then realize, I need to first change my mindset and know how to research on my own. Then next, you see all this thing that they call basic, that is not so basic in our this thing. I needed to jump on it. And I remember that it was a hard time for me because I was there for just a couple of months, like March to December. I needed to do academic research. But first, for me to succeed on that research, I needed to learn skills, like basic skills on how to navigate digital tools, digital softwares, and things like that. So I would do research from morning in the lab. They close at 5 o'clock. I would rest for 1 hour. Then from 6 to 10:30, I'm learning how to use tools. So my life was really hard. Do you understand? Because I did not. So when I tell people that I understand, you cannot tell me, as anybody say, I said, you are educated, but you are schooled. There's a difference between being schooled and being educated. Being educated is knowing what you need for where you currently are going. So if you don't have what you need, you are not educated based on that, but you are schooled, you have gone to school. So there's a large difference. So I totally understand you. And academics always have that problem because people always think like, yeah, you get out in the academic sector, you must, whereas you are the one that will be in the office, will be calling one, please help me, how will I do this presentation? You want to go for a conference, how will I do this banner? You want to do, like, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So whenever I tell people that workplace skills is what, it doesn't matter if you're an academic. If you're an entrepreneur, you're a 9 to 5 or you're this thing, you need workplace skills. Don't deceive yourself because I have been all of these things. I've been an academic, I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years, I've been a professional. And in those 3 categories, I suffered for not having those basic skills. So trust me, I totally understand how you may feel as an academic who is learning certain things right now. Like you saw what I thought on that. I don't know if you've gotten to that place, that research on this thing, on how to use Google Scholar to find citations and everything. Today I learned that and I said, okay. As in, do you understand? So this is just a gathering of all the things I have once suffered for that I needed in those industries, whether as in the 3 different industries. Then I packed them together and said, this is foundational. Everybody should know. It is not because it is common knowledge, but it is foundational. Like it should be a foundation for everybody. And I'm glad that as many as coming on this program, I don't think the everybody that's come on this program that will not say, I'm going to tell my family, I'm going to tell my colleague, and everybody be like, oh shit, as in, you even believe. That's why sometimes to convince somebody and the person is telling me, I say, you don't even know what you don't know. Because if you knew what you did not know, you'd probably be crying right now for not learning it right now. Do you understand? So I totally understand you when you're campaigning to everybody that let's go. Divine Adenike, let's hear from you. Thank you so much, Adenike.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good evening. Good evening, especially to Doctor. Thank you so much. I want to say a big thank you for this program. I must confess, like, I've been in the workplace for since after graduation. In fact, I've been working. I graduated around 2010. I served since 2013. I've been working, and I've been doing tech, but I didn't know that what I was doing was tech because I really didn't know much about what I was doing. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, because I didn't really know much about what I was doing. Like when I got into this program, I was like, it was an eye-opener because I'm seeking to like upgrade but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. Just like what you told during the onboarding, you said if you're working in an organization, you don't upskill, that you'll be so shocked that your employer is going to leave you to go get someone that has already done it. And I must confess, it has happened to me. But the only thing that is giving me joy is that I'm already enrolled in this program, because I didn't even know that they've replaced me. Yes, I did not be replaced, because there are some things I'm supposed to do that I don't know how to do. So they got someone that knows how to do it better. So when I got into this course, when you were saying it, I was laughing. I didn't feel bad about it, because it's something that I'm supposed to know that I didn't know. But this course really opened my eye, though I'm struggling like to learn because I'm just recovering from a surgery, but it's not a problem. I'm just telling myself that even though I didn't get it in these 6 weeks, I'm giving myself time between now and June, that I'm going to be globally employable. So I just want to say thank you. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This course is a lifesaver. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much. And I understand, when you don't know you've been replaced, I understand that feeling like somebody has replaced you, just don't know it yet, it's like you've been replaced. Because the truth is, I always say a professional that you do not think that you need to invest in your own self-development because you think it's too much money. See, where you are getting that source of money from, that you are still managing right now, it's about to be cut off because you refuse to invest in self and you do not think it is priority. Like it is, I sound like a broken record whenever I'm teaching people to have a personal development budget, because I always say, I know what it did for me. Like I borrowed to personally develop. Do you understand? I know what it did for me, but the returns on investment and the knowledge I've acquired from people that already have gone before me, it totally transformed my life in the last 5 years because I chose to invest heavily. And when I say invest time. In 2019, when I really went on a self-development journey, there was September of that year, I was on a program. What's it called? I was one of the first people that was selected for the Women Entrepreneur Peloton by Access Bank and IFC. I was teaching at Unilag, and I was in another business program online. I would wake up to now top it. My house help left in September. I would leave. Then I was in Abulegba, Lagos, and the program was at VI. By 6 a.m., my children were 5 and 7. Why am I saying this? Because of your situation. I always tell people that we should not always think our situation is the worst in the world, or people are not seeing shaggy like us. People are seeing shaggy. It is just that I have learned to tell myself that I am going to remain positive, irrespective of the shaggy that is happening behind the scene. And I remembered when that house help left, I said, hey, my husband was not in town. Only me, 2 children, no help. And I was in 2 programs and I was teaching. So I would leave my children at the dining table at 6 a.m. in the morning. And I would tell them, until your school bus presses that on at 7, do not open the door. They were 5 and 7. I would leave 6 a.m. because I need to get to the island. That program was really strict, IFC, for them to, by 9, you must enter the door, they will lock you outside. I would get there 9. My lecture time would typically be around 2 to 4. I would do that program till this thing. By the way, we used to have a lunch break, maybe 11 to 12. And for that 11 to 12 lunch break, I used to join the other program online. Like the other program, their program was 1 hour daily. So basically, the moment I'm jumping out at 1 p.m. from the IFC training, I am driving to Unilag, get there by 2 to teach. This went on for months. And, you would see me outside, I would still come out, I would still get to class. And I will still be that happy teacher. Like my students, after every lesson, will still be like, oh, you are different. The way you teach us is different. You are very engaging when you teach and everything. I was like, I am committed to doing better than I met it, because I used to complain I didn't like how our lecturers used to look, or how they used to, like, it's not this deep. Can we make learning more engaging and everything? So I was committed to the cause of actually teaching people the right way. You may want to teach people, but you are not teaching people right. So knowledge is not enough in terms of person knowledge. Now, that time, I invested time, energy, everything. I wrote $700 to pay for an online course. December of that year. Why am I saying this? Resources, time, everything will go into the time you are self-developing. But you will not recognize yourself 1 year down the line. Your mates will see you. They'll be asking you what happened. Like, they just know that you people are no longer on the same level. They will see you. But the thing is, the work you are putting in now, why am I saying all this? Do not feel bad for yourself when you say, how am I stressing myself? Those days will come. Please just know that some people have suffered, they suffer, and they have come out on the other side. Growth demands that you invest, and in both time and money. It will demand it from you. That's the first mindset. The moment you have that mindset, when people are telling you, and trust me, you may not be able to explain to your family. And I always tell people then that my husband is one of the most amazing people alive, but I did not go to him to borrow him $700 to pay for online course. Because you know how men can be, as in, like, you want to carry $700 to go and invest, to go and give somebody that is in online course $700. Do you understand? Why? Because they don't get it. That kind of money only goes into, you want to go and do MS. You want to go and do, because why? That is what we have considered value. But as at that time, I had seen beyond the regular go and get an academic degree. I could see, but not everybody around me could see it. So you may be the only person seeing in your circle right now. It's all right. Later, everybody will catch up. If you try to come to someone, they don't hear you, leave them. They will catch up. And when they catch up, you would have gone fast. So well done. And I wish you speedy recovery. Well done. The course is there for you to study for a whole year. Do not overdo it. Just go at your pace and you will be totally fine at the end of the day. Well done. We'll take one more person because we need to get to the program at 3:30. Let's take Mrs. Biodun Ashcroft. She's a very, very active. She's always in this thing. So we have 2 minutes. Mrs. Biodun Ashcroft, please unmute yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, Stella, I can see you. Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, let me introduce myself. I'm Biodun Ashcroft, a retired principal. I'm 68 years old, about the oldest, I believe, in the class.
Yes, I know.
I want to appreciate, God for making me to solve the net the day I came across iTrain Africa. It was out of, boredom. I am actually, on a visit to my daughter, and I found out that when everybody is out of the house, I'm just alone. And I said, look at internet, whatever, make use of. Then I went on searching the net. And then I came across, then I said, okay, let me just go through. I saw the curriculum. And when I told them, they said, you can do all this online. You had an initial knowledge or whatever. The knowledge is that it's opportunity I had when I went for masters in the UK, but it was abused. That remind me that learning can only take place when the learner is ready.
I agree.
Because when you go to the UK for studies, you have opportunity. You can go to there. In fact, they will be sending messages to you. Come and learn this. Come and learn that.
All right.
And
there's a student
I just
success.
took what I think I needed. Once I could do my research, use ref work to do citation and whatever, I thought I was okay. And as an academia, Also, I was able to do a few things before I retired. But going through the course, I just saw that, I doubt if there's any other online program that is so standardized, from the methodology, the support, the technical support, and even the community support. This our accountability, group. In fact,
Very.
it made me to. I'm so happy with the group I have, even though we are not complete in the group, but the way we interact as if, we know each other. So these are ways that learning can take place. You use almost virtually all the skills that could,
The name.
make
Yeah.
someone to learn. And I want to say, one win I want to tell you is that my LinkedIn was since 2016 when I left Bedfordshire. And it was open as a student of so this thing. And it remained like that. Immediately we came, I said, oh, I went into my LinkedIn. When I linked it to you, you will see former student of so this thing. I started editing it myself. I had wanted to give it to a pro to do. I said, no, I'm doing this myself. So I'm still on it and editing. It's not as if, I'm good at what I'm doing now.
Learning.
But like I said to my accountability partners, we are going to do it together even when this training is over. So we
Wow.
will be meeting within the 1 year. I'm sure we are going to make it better. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I think from batch 1 to 6, you are probably still the oldest so far. I think in batch 5, we had a 65-year-old, but we've never had a 68-year-old on the program. So I think that's a record for us. When we are talking about the age group of those who have taken the program, now we can extend it to 60. I think we've had 15, 14, from 14 to now 68. That's it. And it gladdens my heart that the program is still relevant to people in that category. I know there was another grandma that came, as not just one, there were 3 of them in the last batch in that category, retirees, they were on holiday with their children and things like that in the last batch. And same reason, they are bored. People always think that it's the end, nothing. And I remember that grandma was telling me how she was in the US with her children, and our son-in-law was about to start a business, and she was the one creating his letterhead, his logo, helping the children do certain assignments on Google. And it gladdened my heart because she found usefulness for herself. Like, what our children could not even do, creating letterhead, watermarking the letterhead. Like, she could do it for them. Like, I said, when she was telling me, I understand, because you're probably like, like my mom in that, do you understand? So I could totally relate with how she found usefulness for herself. Just last week, I was teaching my dad how to send a document via Google or something like that. And he was like, oh, well done. I came back and I said, you did this. And I was just happy because I could see the joy in being able to navigate digital platforms by just showing them out. Do you understand? So I understand your joy because I probably have parents in that category. So well done. So lastly, Stella, you've been raising your hand. I think we have I will spare 2 more minutes for you. Let's go.
Okay, good afternoon, Dr. Derry. Good afternoon, Grandma. I'm so happy to hear that she's here. I will say that thank you, Dr. Derry, for delivering me. I'm a Christian. What we know as deliverance is, you go and pray and you are delivered. But I think since I met you, I have been delivered in so many ways. I wish I had done this course before I did GOP. So I think you should consider me because I need to retake that course. It's like you are in class 0 and you're going to do another class in class Z. I need to retake that course. Then what this has done for me is it has just changed my mind. Sometimes I'm lying down to do this course, like I'm wondering what is Dr. Derry saying is so much. My children say, why do you always listen to her? I said, because she's my teacher. I took the GOP course, I took the goal setting course, and I'm taking this one. And I can tell you that, oh my goodness. Now in the office, when they do certain things, and I say, why are we working as if we're in the analog generation? Why can't we work in the digital generation? Why are we doing things like this? And they're wondering, what is she talking about? I say, bring the laptop, let me show you. We're all here. Why can't we work collaboratively? Why can't we do this? And they're wondering, but she's not so young. How come she knows these things? Thank you so much. I have a few challenges. I would like to launch an online course. I have gone to other people, but I think that you are the one who will show me how to do it. So I'm going to drop a message after now, but thank you so much for all that you are doing. And thank you for your platform, because it makes me meet women like me. One of my best friends today, I met her through you. And we're doing a lot together. Thank you so much. Bolade.
Yes, but
Bolade.
yeah, I remember you people kicked off your friendship at GOP then. I remember at what's it called, that volunteering event last year. I remember.
Yes.
I remember. Well done. Well done.
Thank
so
you so
Silver
much.
Spirit,
Thank you.
I don't want to, yes. Silver Spirit, I don't know who you are. Please, I don't want it to be that it's only you that I did not answer. Okay, so Silver Spirit, can you please go ahead? 1 minute and we go. Grace Ajayi, I will have to take you after we come back from the break. Okay, I'll take another set of people when I come back from the break, so we can go into our breakout rooms and go and do this together. Now to the business of the day. I'm glad that we are 86 people in the room. By the way, if your accountability partners are not here, please ensure that you get them to be in this room. They don't want to miss this. Now, why is this important? I'm going to say this to you. Should you ever need to refer to an experience you have actually worked on a project collaboratively with people from other places or from different part of the world, or from you're not the same position, you have worked collaboratively virtually with people, this will be the project to refer to it. These will be the words, the project to refer to. You do not want to, right? You do not want to not, is one thing to be in this project, is one thing for you to be able to narrate the experience when it's time for you to use it as a testament to what you are learning or the relevant experience you have. So if you ever land in an interview that you have been considered for remote work and they're asking you, have you done remote work? Oh, I have actually, like your answer should be things like, I have worked on a project virtually with 10 people, 20 people, that whatever, where we were able to distinguish. This was the challenge. Narrating it is key. We had a challenge where we were trying to decide on which resource to use. So in the group, I delegated this to this. Somebody was in charge of creating the Google form. We had, and it was very time. You know, all those things that they're telling you. How do you work under a very tight schedule? How do you manage this thing when you have to do something fast? Are you always screaming at people? And when they ask you all those questions, you are able to categorically answer because you will use this experience that you're about to get to describe. So now let's go to this project. What is today about? The aim of this project, which is your first project at the Workplace Foundational Skills Program, is to test your understanding skills, which will be digital skills, some of soft skills and life skills. Will be testing your level of taking it from knowledge into practical, taking what you are learning from knowledge into practical. You'll be testing your communication skill. You'll be testing, and please, it's not there. You're not going to define communication for me here. You are going to do the communication. You're going to send an email. You will soon see that, right? Communication skill, your ability to work as a team, your time management skill. We have 1 hour, 15 minutes to get this done. Your basic digital skills proficiency, your presentation and design skills, and of course, your collaborative skill is going to be tested in this workshop. Of course, this is the agenda. I've done introduction and welcome. We took a bit of testimonials, as in that's the program feedback. Now we are explaining the task, the group work and project execution, where you'll be going into breakout rooms. Of course, I've taught you what breakout rooms are when we're talking about Zoom in Module 2. So you should understand we are going to be sending you into breakout rooms right here, and after the explanation. Then you will come back, you will present for 5 minutes. One person will present for 5 minutes, and then there'll be a debrief. Now let's go to the main thing. Now the scenario, the management of iTrain Africa has decided to organize a physical end of year review for its hybrid team members of 20. That's the scenario. By the way, Kingsley, Kingsley, if you are here, download this PDF, send it to their groups right now, because some of them, when they get to their breakout room, they want to remember what the task is. So this PDF, we typically do not send it ahead of time. Why? Because we do not want a situation where Kingsley, I'm not sure. Kingsley, I'm not sure. We need 10 rooms is the maximum we should have, Kingsley. 10 rooms is the maximum we should have. And just automatically, I don't want people to work as a group. I don't want them to work with the same number of people they are working with. So please, can you cancel the breakout room? I'm not sure if it's Kingsley or Mujib that is handling this breakout room session, but please, why is that? We need 5 minutes for one group to present. So 10 groups presenting is already a large number of groups. And yeah, so please, I don't want more than 10 rooms. 5 minutes for each group is already like 50 minutes when we come back to listen to the presentation. So we want to ensure that we are working, we are ending the session by 6 p.m. So as I was saying, now this is the scenario. Please listen. Kingsley, first download this PDF, send it to their WhatsApp and Telegram group, WhatsApp for the GRC people and Telegram group. And this, and you can also send it to Google Classroom as an announcement so that they all get it, or for documentation purpose. Now, okay, thank you very much. I see that. There are still 15 groups. So please work on that, Kingsley and Mujib. Now, the management, this is the scenario. The first thing, maybe, Kingsley, one of the things you should add to this task, that the other skill we are testing is critical thinking, ability for people to critically think and analyze scenarios, because again, this is not school. You have to be able to apply the knowledge you have. Now, the management of iTrain Africa Venture decided to organize a physical event, end of the year party. But note, they have a team that is hybrid. There are 20 team members in their organization. Now, what is the aim of the retreat? To discuss and align on 2026 company goals and objectives, to foster team building and collaboration through interactive activities, and to provide an opportunity for team members to connect in person. Again, we are working hybrid, so this is the only time that everybody is going to converge. These are the aims of that retreat. Take notes. Now, what do you go and do now that you understand the scenario? Now, here is the thing. It's an hybrid event. People have this thing. There are two potential dates that are being considered. There are two potential dates that are what? Being considered. March 8 and March 30. March 8 and March 30. There are 3 resorts that have been also considered, that are under consideration. We have the Ocean View Oasis Resort, the Golden Peak Resort, and the Lakeside Heaven Resort. Those are the 3 that are being considered for these 2 dates. Now, what do you do when you enter your breakout room? First, in no particular order, this task, one of the reasons we did not list it in any particular order is because we want you to think through, if they give you 10 tasks at work, which one, how do you prioritize? Which one should come first, which one should come second? Now, the first thing we want you to do, not first thing, the first task is that you are going to need a Zoom meeting link. Zoom meeting link for a brainstorming session. Remember that your team works hybrid. You are going to need a Zoom meeting link for brainstorming session. You are also going to be needing a Google form to collect or to determine the availability of your team members. My volume is not low. The other person, you may need to log back in and out. My volume is not low. My volume is not low. My volume is not low, okay? So yeah, you may need to log back in and out of the meeting or something. Now, design a Google form, and what information do you need to collect in this Google form? You need to, for venues, you need to decide on venues, and you also need to, as the venue of the event and the time of the event. Now, the third task that needs to be done as a group is for an email to be drafted, and when you have decided on the venue, you now need to draft an email and decide upon, as in send it to the resort and say, my team, 20 people are coming to your resort. You need to send an email that communicates to the facility owner or the facility person to say, this is what you are requesting. So that email needs to be drafted. Now, number 4, an event flyer needs to be created because, again, you decided on date and time. Flyer needs to come out for that event. Now, the fifth thing that needs to be done is a PowerPoint presentation. Please note, I'm sure if you've taken this course, there are 2 different tools you can use to design PowerPoint, whether it is a Google or it is a whatever. I'm not going to talk. But basically, you are going to come here with a PowerPoint presentation to report and give us what you have done. Now, the last thing you will need to do is create Slack for your team members. You know why you need to create Slack? On Slack, you need to send the pictures of you to the person who is going to be designing the slide, because there's going to be a slide on your PowerPoint presentation that is saying, these are my team members. These are my team. If you are 10 people in your team, for instance, you'll be saying, these are my team members, right? These are my team members. That is what is going to happen. These are my team members. So please take notes of that. Now, where does critical thinking come in? Immediately you get into your breakout room. Here is my advice. Someone who has a proper understanding of this task should volunteer to lead and organize. The faster there is somebody that is trying to delegate this thing, the better it is for you to complete this task. And again, followers in that team, make sure that as you are jumping into the room, hey, I am Tina, I am this thing, this thing, you're saying, oh, I'm very good with doing PowerPoint. Oh, I'm good with creating Google form and creating and analyzing the form. Oh, I would rather be doing the flyer. Oh, I want to create the Zoom link for us. Oh, I want to be the one typing the email to send to the result. You cannot wait to finish one before you do the next task. You know why? Oh, I want to be the person creating Slack. Oh, I want to be the person that will quickly start sending the images to the person that is creating the presentation. As they are still deciding, note, what will be on your presentation slide? What will be on your presentation slide? You must come back here. Under your presentation slide, one of the slides must contain the team members, picture of your team member with their name. Biodun Ashcroft, Grace Ajayi. You must put those things there. You must take note of, put it, one of the slides. Now, your flyer must, of course, contain the name of your events, the date and time of your event, and note, date and time of your event must correspond to what everybody in the team voted for. Quickly explain that. When you get into your room, is the team member in your scenario, Abby? So it means that everybody in your room needs to vote on your Google form. Everybody in your room needs to vote on your Google form, meaning they will choose the date that they like, and they will choose. You cannot come here as a group and come and tell me, Ma, we chose 30th of March. We chose something, Google results, Abby, Oak something results. We will not use, in a proper work setting, people vote. So you must use Google form to vote. So whoever it is that is creating your Google form, I will advise you, because without the Google form, you cannot complete your image. You cannot, do you understand? Now, on one of the slides of your presentation that you come and present to me, I want to see the charts, whether it is a pie chart or a bar chart. You see when you collect responses from Google form and you go to that place that you click responses and it shows you a bar chart or a pie chart. You will copy that chart and you will dump it on your presentation. So that when you are telling me that we are doing on March 30, I will ask you next question. Let me see the charts that says you are presenting on, that you are doing that everybody had a voted for that thing. You cannot skip it. You will show me the chart, whether it is a pie chart that it comes out as so, or a bar chart. It is majority carries the votes on the venue and on the date. So everybody must vote. When that vote comes in, you cannot say, oh, Canva designer, put the date, put the date. But my advice, do not wait. As you enter, let the person that is creating the form and doing whatever it is you are doing, start it immediately. And the person that is going to be, oh, the slides, start designing the slides down. So that as you are getting this thing, you are just putting it. Whoever is going to be creating the Slack, the person that better create it very early. So you can start collecting the pictures of your team member. 1 hour, 15 minutes is what you have. When I say we are going to test your time management, your leadership, your collaborative, your everything, I wasn't joking. That email, where are you sending the email to? Kingsley, you need to include that in this slide next time. You need to send the email to Skilled for Work Academy. Sorry, did I say Academy? Skilled for Work Africa. What did I call it? Skilled for Work Africa. Kingsley will be expecting 10 emails from this room. We have 10 breakout rooms, meaning Kingsley is the facility manager that you are going to send an email to say, dear facility manager, don't send us rubbish email. We have taught you how to send proper email that makes sense. Format your email. I don't want multiple fonts inside email. Follow what you have learned. So where are you sending it to? Skilled for Work Africa. The email, if you have been doing your assignment, you see that email that you forwarded your feedback to, that Skilled for Work Africa email. You will send an email to us requesting our facility usage. We are the facility owner this time around. So that is what this scenario is about. You have 1 hour, 15 minutes. Note the mistake I've seen people make when we close their breakout room. Only one team member will have the link to their Canva or their Google presentation. Only one team member will have the link to their Canva flyer. Only one team member will have the link to their Google form. My advice to you, do not. As the team member is creating the Canva or they are creating the this and the that, tell them to make that link accessible by anybody. Share the link and make it accessible and drop the link in your breakout room so that why? You know what always happens? They would have done a wonderful job. And that is what happens in offices. I did the job. You know, if you show me, you had not done job. Meaning, they will not start saying, Doc, we actually did it. But the team member that did his presentation, network has thrown them out. I said, I don't understand. As in, that's real life for you. How do you intend to mitigate that risk? Make sure whoever is creating all those links in your room, you people are dumping it for yourselves. So if you are creating a total of 4 links, make it accessible by all and dump it so that should your person that you have chosen to present for you, network throws them out, somebody else in your team will present. That excuse of the person that has the link is not now available. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it when you come here. Do we understand? Now you will go into your breakout rooms and you will use 1 hour, 15 minutes. By, this is 3:53. That means by, what's it called? 5:10, you will be back here. We are going to close your breakout room and we'll have 50 minutes to hear from 10 breakout room, 5 minutes. Do not waste my time when you come back and present. You don't use your time well, phew, next person. That is how we are going to do it here. So don't go and do all the work and you will still not present. Make sure you are ready to present the moment you come back. Now, it's time for us to get into breakout room. It's time for us to get into breakout room. Kingsley, let me stop sharing. Let me see our breakout room. Let me see. Breakout rooms. Kingsley, did you automatically assign them? Kingsley.
Yeah, good evening, ma. It's Mojib that's running the room arrangement now. The one I created, I disabled it. You said the group is going to be 10 instead of 15. And the 15 was because of their group, so that we won't have those that will come back complaining they didn't know where to join, and maybe one room having too many persons.
Live projects, we do not group them by their accountability group. The idea is for them to be able to work with anybody. I think I mentioned that. So we are supposed to have just created breakout. Can you, Mujib, please close all this breakout room and I will create another set. It is only in those community sessions that we let them join by their group. In this session, the idea is for them to freelance. I don't want you to know that person before you can work with that person, because that's what it is in the real world. So you must immediately start to fraternize with people you don't know or you've never worked with. So Mujib, can you close all breakout room for me? Close all rooms, and I'm going to create another one. Plan next session, assign automatically, and I'm going to do this thing. Just give me a minute. I'm just going to do 10, and I will assign automatically. No, I'm not including co-host when assigning. No, I'm not including assignment. Okay, assign automatically. Have created this. So I've now assigned people. I am going to open the breakout rooms now. Okay. Yes, I have now assigned people. I've opened the breakout room, and everyone, you will see a pop-up on your screen that is saying join room. Oh yeah, start clicking it and be going to your room. If you stay back here, nothing is happening. You will just see blank screen. Blank screen. That is what you will see. Nothing is happening here. In fact, we're going to stop streaming on YouTube now. And by the way, in your room, you can share your screen. Like people, if you want to share screen, you can share screen with your co-workers. Okay? You can share screen with your co-workers. Please let me confirm that people can actually see breakout room on their screen. How come they are joining group? Didn't I think I'm going to close all rooms. Close all rooms and everybody's going to come back here. Mujib, I don't know what is happening. I'm still seeing that particular, this thing. The previous one, I'm closing that particular room and I am letting the next session start in 43 seconds because I think because they had created group on group or group or something before, it was still active. So I'm just going to close it and let everyone. You can't see any report from. Okay, don't worry. You will see it in the next 20 seconds. You will see it in 20 seconds. I have closed the current room because they had activated the previous room, right? They had activated the previous room. So I couldn't, like it first activated that grouping that they did. So don't worry, in the next 5 seconds, you will see it. Okay, great. Now, can you see a pop-up on your this thing? Can you see a pop-up? It has assigned you to room 1 to room 10. Please start joining your rooms now. Okay, great. People are joining their room. Please join your breakout rooms. Join your breakout rooms. Join your breakout rooms quickly. Don't stay here. If you stay here, there is nothing for you. Like, you are just going to be here doing nothing. And if you're watching us on YouTube, this is our first project live workshop for the WFS batch 6. And students are now currently in their breakout room, attending to their tasks. So we are going to stop streaming. Adegoke Ibrahim, please join your breakout room. Oluremi Olayinka, join your breakout room. There is nothing happening here. Go to your task and go and do it. Share your screen with your Miriam, Yusuf, Al-Hassan, OT, LC. Please join your breakout rooms. There is absolutely nothing happening here. And I'm going to hand you over to Kingsley, who is going to continue to tell you to join your breakout rooms. Kingsley, please kindly confirm that you can see, like you have host privilege to assign people to breakout room.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you can. So I'm exiting this meeting. I'll come back in. Just send me a chat on Slack when it is time for us to review. Please, we are closing the breakout room. Do not forget. So 15 minutes at the end of the breakout room, send a broadcast to tell people that we are at 15 minutes more. 5 minutes to tell them that it is 5 minutes more. Once it is 1 minute to close the breakout room, we are back here at 5:10. Exactly 5:10. And we are going to probably start with group 1 to group 10 in that order. 5 minutes, in fact, 4 minutes to present, 1 minute for us to give feedback and go to the next group. So can you see that there's an Oluwumi in group 3 that is asking for help? Can you go into their room, please? Kingsley. Then Zainab, Zainab, let me make you, are you a co-host? Okay, you're not a co-host. So Zainab, I just made you a co-host. No, you are not a co-host, so. There's an Olawumi in room 3. Kingsley, please go into that room. Zainab, I'm going to just make you, Zainab, I've just made you co-hosts. Please, Mujib, I can't see you in this room. Is Mujib here? Thank you. Zainab, hi, I want to assign host to somebody that has the main iTrain Africa but I can't seem to be able to. Please, if you are still here, please go. Olubukola, OT, LC, Miriam, Angela. Everybody go to your breakout room. Nothing is happening here. So I'm going to stop streaming. Zainab. Please, just Zainab, let's remember to start streaming. When we come back.